And it's like a big warehouse style gym, and it looks phenomenal. Like photographs well, Instagram well. You've got all the running tracks with the sleds, and it's like
a sled running track is all I want. Like the one in my gym is maybe 5 meters long, and I do like 8 steps and then have to turn around and come back.
I know, it's frustrating.
How's to have a sled track?
Yeah. So but this gym, all the plate loaded equipment, you become accustomed to like really nice angles of like Techno Gym. And those power.
So when you go back to a shitty gym,
machine, well, it's not a shitty gym. They've got stacks of equipment, like everything you can think of. But the equipment, like I was doing back, and just the angle of things, like how things work, it's like it feels like someone's made it that's never actually trained before, or like has got a half understanding of training. Like all we need to do is get it to row. But no, it's like it's got to be at the right angles.
So that's why the Fitness Expo was quite cool this year, because they had heaps of equipment.
Is it? So it's not just supplements. What else do they have there?
Apparel.
Well, they split it into two. So supplements and apparel, and all the consumer side is one side. Then they had like a business owner side. Right. That's where all the gym equipment was.
Oh, that's cool.
But they also have like heaps of lectures there. They have re-accreditation for all the personal trainers.
I can't believe you've never been to a Fitness Expo.
I've never had any interest before working here.
But you've been working here for a while.
I've been to a basketball expo.
No, you'd have interest there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Honestly, it's...
Yeah. And it wouldn't be in the supplements or the equipment or anything.
Well, I'll come next year.
But crowd watching is interesting.
I don't know why you didn't come this year, but it's seriously...
Oh, no, I'd only just got my tonsils out.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I would have come.
Yeah.
We should do that. Any aminos there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what kind?
Lots. Essential ones.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's today's topic, is it?
It is.
Essential amino acids.
Yes.
Well, all right, pop quiz. Do Mastermind. We all know you've been on Mastermind. Pop quiz. You've got 20 seconds to answer. What are amino acids?
Amino acids are the building blocks of life. So if you think of
your 20 seconds is up.
Yeah, if you think of protein like a book, you can think of amino acids as letters of the alphabet that make up this book.
Okay, so where do they come from?
Dude, that's like a metaphor. That's not really a description.
Yeah, he talks in metaphors. Yeah, it's okay.
Just a definition.
Sometimes I'm a chemist, sometimes I'm a philosopher.
Give me a straight answer.
All right. So for the people at home, like, what is an amino acid?
Yeah. So
what is it derived from?
So we've done a full episode on amino acids where we've gone into the details of the chemistry behind it. But basically, it's a small little molecule that's got a amino group, which is related to ammonium, amino, and then it's got a carboxylic acid, which is acid group. So it's amino acid, and then this little group is attached to different types of organic chemistry branches. So yeah.
Can you be slightly more interesting, please? I'm falling asleep over here.
It's hard when you're speaking to people that
don't have a low IQ,
don't understand the chemistry. Jokes.
Yeah.
I know you guys know a lot about amino acids.
Okay, what are amino acids? So for the everyday person, like when you buy protein powder, that's made up of a full profile of amino acids, right?
That's right. So when you eat protein, generally you break it down in your stomach, you've got digestive enzymes, they chop it up like a scissors chops up stuff. Yeah. And then
more metaphor, I swear to God.
Then your body absorbs.
So your body's breaking it down.
That's right.
Into the individual amino acids.
That's right. And then you absorb these amino acids, and then your body puts them back together
where it needs them.
Yep. So protein makes up behind water. You're mainly protein. So your skin, your organs, your muscles, everything is made out of protein, right?
Yep.
So your body reassembles these amino acids into different proteins as they're needed, just like Lego. That's why they're called the building blocks of life. Another metaphor for you, Hal.
Yep. Okay.
And do you know what DNA is? DNA is basically the script of how your body reassembles these amino acids.
So does that mean everybody might reassemble them in a different way if everyone has different DNA, or not really? They're all used for similar things in every human.
Well, yes and no, right? Like, when everybody has a unique DNA footprint, but the human genome is similar, right?
Yep.
And even chimpanzees, right? 96% same DNA as chimpanzees. They have a lot of the same stuff as us.
Okay. Question 2. This is like a Q&A today.
Yeah.
Let's ambush Darren. How many amino acids are there?
Well, when we talk about amino acids, generally we're talking about proteinogenic amino acids.
Fuck me, dude. Yeah. Wrong. Straight.
Well, there's no straightforward answer, right? But generally, we talk about 20 amino acids.
Okay, done. Thanks.
But there's more amino acids that aren't found in protein, right?
Yep.
For example, beta-alanine.
Yep.
Right. That's an amino acid, but that's not actually found in protein. That's found differently in nature. So there's 20 proteinogenic amino acids is what they call
So
them.
out of the 20, they are classified into essential and non-essential. Is that right?
What's the split?
There's also conditionally essential, which is, some amino acids become essential under certain circumstances. But
okay, explain essential, non-essential, and conditionally essential.
yeah, so non-essential amino acids means that your body can produce them, right? So they're not essential to get from your diet.
Give me a few examples of those.
Alanine.
Yep.
Right? Your body can produce.
Correct.
Yeah, your body can produce, glycine and alanine, right? So you don't need to get these from your diet.
Okay.
Essential amino acids. So there's 9 of them, and they are essential, which means they have to be consumed as part of your diet because your body can't make them.
Right.
Name one.
So that's why essential amino acids are usually what most amino blends are made up of. The ones that you cannot get or you cannot produce yourself.
Because
right?
you need to supplement. So can you name a couple of those, for example?
Yeah. Well, there's actually there's actually what do you call it? A mimetic to mimetic to remember them.
Yep.
Mnemonic, yeah.
Yeah. So it's my very tall
friend.
my very tall handsome friend.
Oh, stop!
Is watering kale leaves. Yeah,
that sounds exactly like him. Actually.
My very tall handsome friend is watering kale leaves. So M is methionine.
Oh, here we go.
No, speed round. Quick.
V is valine.
Yep.
T is
tyrosine.
Tyrosine. No. My very tall.
So tyrosine.
No. Sorry, my tall handsome vegan friend is watering kale leaves. That's it.
Right.
Handsome histidine.
No. So it's methionine, threonine. My tall.
Dude, do we need to start again?
Handsome,
What's going on?
Yeah.
Stop.
Handsome, histidine.
Yeah.
Vegan, valine.
Yeah.
Friend, phenylalanine.
Yeah.
Is isoleucine.
Yep.
Watering, tryptophan is W because amino acids have a single letter code. Kale, K is lysine.
Yeah.
No, K is ketamine.
And leaves, L is leucine. There you go.
Right. So out of your essential amino acids, there's 9 of them, right?
Yep.
Okay. And within those 9 contains your branched chain amino acids, which is the 3 amino acids that a lot of people in the sports nutrition industry and athletes have heard of.
Leucine, isoleucine, and
valine.
That's right. So
very good.
Yep. You're learning, Hal. You've come a long way.
So in any sort of essential amino acid blends, your BCAAs will be contained within those blends as well, right?
And BCAAs are what quite frequently called out. Like that is what I guess the consumer in the category is familiar with is this brand.
BCAAs.
Yeah, branched chain amino acids.
So why are those 3 aminos sort of singled out as more important amino acids for people in sports?
So those 3 amino acids, specifically leucine, so they're all kind of a very similar structure, right? But leucine in a ratio of 2:1:1 to isoleucine and valine was shown, years ago to be the most important thing to trigger muscle protein synthesis, right?
Yep.
So that muscle protein synthesis can be thought of as growth and recovery.
Okay.
Right? Because, what we talked about before is your body digests the amino acids and then puts them back together. So protein synthesis is your body synthesizing protein from the amino acids that you digest, right?
Right.
Okay.
So would you need to use essential amino acids if you're already having a protein powder?
Well, so this is where, thinking's kind of evolved over the years. BCAAs have been really popular, and then a lot of research came out saying, well, actually, if your daily protein intake is high enough, you don't really need BCAAs. They're not really going to make a difference, right? It's like...
But you don't need to supplement them. You're already getting enough.
Yes, that's right. And, that's pretty much true. Like, you can't deny that if you have enough protein, they don't really make a difference.
But that's a big if. How many people do you think are getting enough protein in their diet?
Yeah, that's right. But if you do...
Yep.
They're not really going to trigger muscle protein synthesis, also known as muscle growth, above, what protein's going to do. So
I guess for a consumer, like if they're, which one do they choose out of the two?
Protein or BCAAs?
Protein or your essential amino acid blend, or both? Like, do they have different roles, different functions?
Well, taking a step back, why BCAAs were shown to be not that effective is they found out that for leucine to actually trigger...
Not to be effective if you already have enough protein in your diet.
Yeah. Well, also, leucine needs the other amino acids to be effective.
Right.
So,
you just have leucine on its own, it doesn't do anything.
That's right. It can actually decrease muscle protein synthesis on its own because, things are about having the correct balance of amino acids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's pretty important to have the BCAAs alongside, other amino acids in your diet.
So you're saying essentially there's this history of a dogma for BCAAs because there was a lot of research suggesting they're really important, and now evidence is catching up to us saying they're not actually more essential than essential amino acids or more essential than protein.
I think it's just saying if you're getting enough overall protein in your diet, then you don't need to go out and get essential amino acids.
There's
on
almost
top.
been this overbalance in a lot of people. A lot of people these days are saying that BCAAs are pointless, but BCAAs are useless.
But they're the
but see that's why it's almost swung in the other direction that they're misinterpreting what it means. Like if your protein
that's what I'm trying to say.
Levels are sufficient, BCAA supplements aren't that useful.
And if you're getting from your protein sources, are they high in BCAAs and leucine especially?
That's right. So,
so some protein sources don't have a great leucine or BCAA content.
Like collagen, right?
Yeah.
And collagen and plant-based sources tend to be inferior sources of, protein that's high in these BCAAs. So, if you're getting enough daily protein and a lot of it's coming from something like collagen and plant protein,
you would definitely want to supplement with essential amino acids.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's right.
Yeah.
And, another thing is that is looking at specifically talking about muscle protein synthesis and muscle growth, right? But BCAAs also, in theory, have other benefits, right? Like they've, roughly been shown to help with DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. That's kind of independent of their muscle protein synthesis effects. So, that's why people still say BCAAs can help recovery. And number two, they also have like a bit of an anti-fatigue effect, right?
Really?
So you might have heard of something called tryptophan before.
Mm-hmm. No.
I literally just said it in the poem about
I was
essential amino acids.
hardly listening, dude.
He was too busy watering his kale.
Yeah, water is tryptophan, right?
Yeah.
And tryptophan gets converted into serotonin, and serotonin gets converted into melatonin. So tryptophan makes you sleepy, right? So your brain, if you have a lot of protein, you're going to have a lot of tryptophan. It's going to be using, tryptophan to, almost put you to sleep, right? So BCAAs...
You're putting me to sleep.
BCAAs compete with the tryptophan, all right? And in theory, have this anti-fatigue effect.
So how does your body... Cool. If you consume, say, a protein shake, how is it different? How does your body respond differently to digesting a protein shake versus like a free-form amino acid blend?
Yeah, so
you mentioned before about the scissors cutting it up.
Yeah, so
does that still have to happen in an amino acid blend?
No, because
so they're already broken down to that singular point.
That's right. So it's absorbed a lot faster.
So is that why most people use it sort of in and around training time?
Yeah, that's exactly why. Because it's pretty hard to drink a 20-gram protein shake during training.
Yeah,
it's not
milky protein shake.
So it doesn't necessarily bypass the digestive system. It just makes it a lot easier to absorb.
It'll still go through your digestive system, but it doesn't need to be cut up by
scissors.
By the scissors, which are the digestive enzymes, right? So if you think remember, amino acids make up this book, this protein, right? When you digest it, you're getting all these little words in your stomach that need to be cut up into individual letters or smaller words that can be absorbed.
So essential amino acids probably best taken before, during training because of that fact that they are usually easy to drink because they're a water-based sort of thing and not milky.
And then protein after.
Yeah. And then protein, half an hour later.
Checks out.
Another reason why I like them is
that anti-fatigue thing as well while training and to prevent muscle tissue breakdown.
Yes, exactly. In theory, they also have an anti-catabolic effect, right?
Yeah.
So if you're on a very strict calorie diet,
it
might be hard to get enough protein, right? So sometimes it's just easier to sip on BCAAs to stop you from breaking down muscle while you're, playing basketball, for example, something like that.
Yeah.
I play basketball.
What?
That'd be new to the listeners.
Yeah.
I've fucking every single podcast. Do you guys get it yet?
Yeah.
I play basketball.
So look, they are generally sort of water-based, easier to sip on during training, and I like it for that effect. Like, I think that's the important point that you brought up around calorie restriction. If you are on a calorie-restricted diet, they are a great addition to prevent that muscle tissue breakdown while you're training or playing sport, because your body is like looking for fuel sources, right? And if you're on a calorie-restricted diet, you might not have, glycogen stores built up. And your body will start to look elsewhere for energy, and it may start to break down muscle tissue.
Well, maybe even outside of a calorie-restricted diet, a lot of people just don't like to play sport fed. Like, a lot of people will wait hours after eating before playing sport. Surely by that point, your body's in a position where if you're doing enough high-intensity exercise, you might break down some muscle.
I like to play sport fasted.
Well, I think.
I tried to do it Uno reverse.
It's actually an interesting point though, because I see a lot of people like they will load up on food, an hour before they're about to do their sport.
I can't do that.
Nowhere near enough time to digest the food.
Yeah.
What actually happens when you engage in intense activity, whether it be a sport or a gym session, your digestive system actually dramatically slows down.
Yeah.
All the blood is going to working muscles rather than to digesting food. So that food can actually sit on your stomach. That's why sports supplements became a thing, to use around training time in place of food, because they're more easily digested. I think aminos as well, a good point of an amino blend is if you're not a great responder to protein powders, like if your tolerance is low due to lactose or whatever it may be, I think amino acid blends are a really great alternative to a protein powder if you're not into those.
Yeah.
But
I've heard something also about, and this might be a complete myth, about amino acids having maybe a better idea or better role for filling gaps in between. I don't know, like the way that you consume muscle, it has like a blanket effect. Consume protein. It can have a blanket effect on the muscle, but there can be gaps that amino acids can slot between.
Would they be nutritional gaps through the food that you're getting, or not?
You don't have to be consuming stuff 24 hours a day, right? Like it's okay.
You do want to give your digestive system a break.
I'm talking less about time gaps and more, probably nutritional gaps.
But again, if you're trying to maximize muscle growth, it's always good to have a constant supply of amino acids in there. Obviously, if you're insufficient in the amount of protein you consume, your body will look to break down protein to supply those amino acids, and where it starts often is breaking down your muscles.
Yeah, right.
Right. So if you're doing extreme endurance exercise, your body will tend to break down muscle to provide the amino acids.
I think that's a good summary. Amino acids during, protein after.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for years, but each to their own.
I've been doing it for a while. I just don't know why. Just do what you guys tell me.
But in recent years, there's been a surge of BCAA haters out there.
Yeah, we spoke briefly to that before. So what do you think about that?
How can you hate on 3 very essential amino acids that are required for muscle recovery and health? And you can't hate on those things. I think it's been misconstrued. I think if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, you need to consume them through
and
we just missed an awesome opportunity.
Oh, why?
BC haters. BCAA haters.
Oh my god.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't think we did miss that opportunity.
I'll let you guys finish with that.
But it's also, end of the day, tasty drink to sip on when you're training.
100%, just a bit of variety as well. Like if they say it the same purpose, I'd still like to consume an amino acid at some point, because sometimes you just get sick of chocolate vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we fortify a lot of our products with amino acids, pre-workout being one. We've got an amino recovery, our energy drink, shred matrix. Amino acids, like you said, are the building blocks of life.
Yeah.
Where do amino acids come from, though, Darren?
Well,
originally, out of space. I like this story.
There's a theory that amino acids come from space. right? Well, actually, they do come from space, right? So,
it's not a theory; it's a fact.
so long story short, not every element in the periodic table can be made on Earth. So, some of them have to have come from extreme conditions, and the most extreme conditions are, when a star explodes. So, when a star explodes, it actually gets much hotter, much hotter than the sun. See, our sun only is the first 2 elements on the periodic table. It's
So some amino acids are born from heat.
All life form is basically born from amino acids.
Yeah, basically they come from the death of a supermassive star.
Jeez, that's deep, dude.
So you've got star inside your Hal. We've always said that about you, but
Well, you are what you eat.
yeah.
We're all stardust.
Porn star though.
I'm still an amateur currently.
On that note, have we covered enough on aminos today?
No, somebody hid my book.
Yeah.
On purpose.
I didn't hide it. I destroyed it.
Okay, it's down here. What is Miyamoto said about
At some
BCAAs?
point, I'm gonna have to just typograph in that book somewhere. Shut up, Darren.
Okay.
And you'll find it, and you'll have to read it out. And I think I will very much enjoy that.
Okay. Well, he's actually dedicated a quote to all the BCAA haters out there.
Here we go.
Okay. You are either the best or you are not the best. If you are, then you will win. If you are not, then you will lose. There's nothing to argue about here.
Damn.
Yeah. So, people out there doing the minimum, keep doing the minimum. But if you're trying to optimize your performance, you can seek solutions that are out there to help you. And, BCAAs might be good for you. But yeah.
I've got a better one. Slightly more appropriate. It is essential that you go into the attack with your body leading your hands and your feet.
That's pretty good.
Just because I have the word essential in there.
That's pretty good.
I challenge you to find the words branch chain in there. And are you ChatGPTing a quote by me, Musashi? He's just texting.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I actually asked ChatGPT what Miyamoto Musashi has to say about amino acids. Nothing. He specialized in killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. That sounds very catabolic of him.
And then he consumed them to get extra amino acids. Not true.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out. On that note, now I'll exit.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
All right. So
Good job. Question mark.
Yep.
You passed the test
Thanks,
today,
Yep.
Kieran.
Feel free to like and subscribe.
All right. Musashi out.